that there are many paths to God. But in this Kali age, the simplest path to God is Namasmarana. And in Namasmarana, when you add music, what is that added value to Namasmarana that music gives? Swami has very beautifully explained this with an example. He said, there are 3 ways in which you can pray to God. If you want to pray to God, one is just using words and asking God, Rama, help me. He says, Rama nanu kapadra. It is bland. It is a prayer from the heart, but it is bland. And then there are devotees who manage to put this in the form of poetry. The same Rama nanu kapadra in the form of a poetry. But then the most exalted are these devotees like Saint Tyagaraja, as Swami says, instead of just saying Rama nanu kapadra, he says Rama nanu brovara, Rama nanu brovara. This coming from Swami's mouth, Swami saying that this pleases me. We don't need to look further than this to say that prayer, when it is pleasing to the Lord in the form of music, touches His heart.
In fact, music has even these curative properties, amazing curative properties. And I was just listening to this one other experience, such a beautiful experience. There was this lady who had a young son. He's going through a really tough time in his life. He's a schizophrenic. He can get extremely violent. And this violence can take, enormous proportions. It has happened that he's even beaten up his own father when he gets into that mode. Extremely violent. And it is said that this boy was never allowed to go anywhere alone. Someone always has to be with him. Except one place. There's one place that he's able to go alone and come back. And that is the Sundaram Mandir in Chennai, for attending the evening bhajans. And it so happened, it seems, once he was supposed to go on a long haul flight from Chennai to the United States. And he was traveling alone. For some reason, he had to travel alone. You can imagine the amount of trepidation and apprehension that the parents would have gone through sending a boy like this. This person was supposed to travel all alone from Chennai to United States, a 22-hour flight. And you know what he was armed with? He was armed with an MP3 player full of bhajans, and his mother simply put those earphones around his ears and said, go, you will reach. And that boy reached the United States with absolutely no issues to anyone. That is the power of music. That is the power of music when coupled with devotion.